Hello, 380 in Education 500. Hope you're having a good week. A few things. Actually, this is not a bad week, but I want to kind of throw out a few things. One, everything so far. I ran into a few students this week in Canudi. You have been awesome about turning everything in, the quality, everything like that. I usually run about a week behind with grading because I wait until everything's submitted on Sundays. I should be getting caught up though. Today is a Friday. I'm hopefully should be through the Nearpods through Sunday, probably Monday at the very latest. That's on my list of things to do this weekend while I'm watching Ryder Cup golf, if you're interested in that. But anyway, not that I won't have my full attention on the Nearpods. A couple other things. Thanks to a couple of you were actually at the education forum that was on Thursday. Great to see you there. They rocked it. They did an awesome job. And with all that being said, I want to share my screen and show you the syllabus because this is actually a pretty, dare I say, easy week, only because this is usually about the point where I need to do a little bit of catching up between student observations and grading and such. So we kind of usually have a small lull right before midterm. So a lot of it's going to be just me sharing some technology. The main thing I'm just going to show you is a little bit of planning tech, but this is, as it says right there, it's organization in the classroom. There's a lot of different ways that you can do this. You've already done one, which was the Google Classrooms, and you all did an awesome job with those. That's one that's a pretty common one at this point. The pandemic has really changed things related to all this technology. Google Classroom is very, very common, that type thing to be used. The other thing that is used a lot, I put it on here for Berkeley County, and that's Schoology. I do want to talk about Schoology. One thing that stinks now, and I tried it before the semester started, and I'm going to go to their site right now. Schoology used to be where you could log in and create a free account and kind of mess around with it a little bit. When the pandemic hit, they actually have made it that you can't do that anymore, which does stink. I'm not going to lie, but I believe mine still works. Let's see if it does. It was. Schoology, the reason I have it on here, I just want to make a few notes. I'm not going to ask you to do anything with it this week. I will put a video up if you want to check it out. But if you are going to be placed at Berkeley County School, which for probably most people in this class, you're at least going to be at Berkeley County Schools at some point. Berkeley County is really nice about, they have a online basic learning class that you can take as a new employee. And a lot of times they have allowed our, when I'm patting my chest, I mean our Shepherd School of Education students to do it. Like I say, we used to have a section where I would have everyone go in and fiddle around in Schoology a little bit, kind of like with Google Classroom. You just can't get the access anymore. They've limited it. So there's no more free accounts. But I do want to say this, and you'll probably hear this when you student teach. Berkeley County is nice, and sometimes they'll go ahead and create an account for you so you can do this online basic learning class. If not, your cooperating teachers in Berkeley County are always really good about letting you use their accounts and kind of fiddle around with Schoology. What I'm getting at is it's just like Google Classroom in that it should maybe be a home base. If you're not going to do a website, anything like that, utilize this tool. This is Berkeley County's main thing as far as organization. Get your plans on there. Some schools, I think, actually require the plans to be posted up. Any postings, announcements, anything like that, get it up there, man. It's a great tool. Again, I'm not going to run through the list again, but whether it's websites, Google Classroom, Schoology, it's the same thing. I will post a YouTube video up if you're interested in checking out a little bit about Schoology, though. You're going to hear me say a lot of the same things about Canvas because I will be the first to tell you Jefferson County, I believe, switched to Canvas, and I have not had an opportunity. I found out right before the class started that they were doing this because I think they were a Google Classrooms district until this. They have went to Canvas. I have used Canvas before, and actually, why don't I see? I just thought of something. We're going to see. This could be a full-blown disaster, possibly, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. I believe I have a login on a Canvas site, and maybe I can show it to you. If not, this was not good. Actually, tell you what, let's do this. Sorry, you're going to see some emails. And let's see, Cape. Yeah, sorry, this just hit me, literally filming this. Here we go. That's not what I want. Should be down here. Cape. Hopefully, if not, I'm not going to bore you with it. I'm going to make sure and post everything up. Let's see if I can log in there. Wasn't waiting for this delay. See, hoping it works. I would like to show it to you if I could. I guess we'll just keep progressing. I've already did the class, and that's part of the problem. I will post up screenshots or something. I'm not going to sit here and let you all watch me continue to fail signing in on a Canvas site, but let's do it this way. Canvas images. I'll show you a little bit of this way. Let's be a little smarter about this. There you go. It is actually set up a lot of the same way. That's actually a nice image of what it looks like. And let's pull it up. A little informal here. But if you can see, there we go. As you can see, it does a lot of the same things. It looks very similar to Schoology, and it's got the side things. Basically, it's like Sakai. It's like Google Classroom. It's like Schoology. It's another one of those learning management systems. You might as well learn that buzzword, LMS, Learning Management System. Brightspace is one which we use here. A lot of universities are actually going to Canvas. Blackboard, if you're a transfer student or went to another university that used Blackboard. That was one I used for a long time, and it was actually my favorite one that I've used at the higher ed level. But as you can see, let's check out a few screenshots. And there you go. It's kind of got that Google Classroom type look. You can see everything's down on the sides. But again, you can see students and such. But again, I'll post the video up. I just want you to kind of be familiar that if you're going to go to Berkeley or Jefferson, be familiar with these two types of tools. Utilize your cooperating teacher and just check out videos, fiddle around with it in the schools. I would love to do it for the class. We just can't. We just don't have one. We don't have the accounts and I guess the money to actually enroll everyone in this. So, because they're pretty costly as a whole. So anyway, Schoology and Canvas. And of course, Google Classroom falls into an LMS also. The other thing I wanted to show you all is something that I did use. Now, I'm going to say this, and this could come back and bite me, you know where. But I know when you're in your classes and you're doing your unit planning and your lesson plannings, they're very, very detailed. You all do a great job of it, especially if you're at this level, at least with 380. And in the graduate section, I know sometimes the ed tech class runs in different spots. You all will be at that level too if you're not already. You don't usually plan quite that in depth in the school systems once you're in there, at least after your first few years. Things like Schoology and Canvas now do have plan books and stuff that you can do it in lesson planning. There are a ton of electronic ones out there also. And this is just like what I was saying about like the websites and stuff. Sometimes you have to watch if you're using the county ones, because if you leave, I don't know if you'll have access to them or not. When I taught, I actually used one called planbook.com. There are a ton of these out there. Some cost money, some do not. This one I think costs, I want to say $30 a year. Actually, I don't even know. I know I probably need to renew my account, but I believe I still have access to everything. So I'm going to pull it up. At least that's usually how it worked. Maybe I renewed it. It's been a long year. Let's see what it pulls up. Yeah, there we go. Oh, there it is. Subscription. I'll renew it later. But as you can see, I did this, and this looks like a lot of typing. And I'm sure if you've been in the field, you'll notice that your cooperative teachers might have more condensed plans. Planbook.com actually has all state standards in there. So I will be the first to tell you, and I'm not going to take you through a step-by-step because it's not an assignment or anything like that. But when you start to build your new lesson plans, and they all have this, they usually have the standards embedded. So I didn't type all this. I just clicked buttons and checked marks for the standards that this assignment was meeting. So there was 2 there. For some reason, I put 19 after 20, but no big deal. And as you can see, you can load things up. World War I study guide is there and other things that you need for the class. You can see they're just basic type of lesson plans. And I have some things that are coming up and such. But as you can see, it's just planbook.com. I just wanted to throw it out there. Again, there's no assignment with this, but I would really think about electronic plan books. There's other ones out there that you can color code, you can store stuff, and you know where everything is. If you're like me, well, let me give you some advice. One thing I used to do when I started teaching, I had papers everywhere. I still do to some extent, but not near as bad as I used to. I started to try to move everything over to electronics, whether it was scanning, storing things on planbook.com. As you can see, there's other things there. So I knew where my handouts were, so I can just literally click on them. And it can be a pain. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, because you can see there's something I had where students had to know when to take the quizzes and tests and where they had to locate them. It can be a pain moving everything to electronics and doing this stuff, but once it's here, and you know where it is, and you don't have to rewrite it. You can alter it. Now, I'm not saying that once you do this once in electronics, you should just leave it forever. You need to go in and freshen it up and stuff like that. But the base is there, so you can kind of go back, fix it, and do it. And these are not the most detailed plans. Some of this was probably me on the plan. I usually had thicker plans that I was adapting to this, but our principals, like most principals, like to walk around and see what you're doing for the day. And this was like a quick condensed type thing that I would have. And a lot of it was placate to what he was looking for, just as far as that. Like you can tell my accommodations were not, super detailed there, but they're just nicer provided. So this is just something to keep in mind, planbook.com or any other electronic planner. I would definitely keep it in the back of your mind, so to speak. So that's it. I'm going to put videos up on all of those this week. The only assignment that you actually have this week is discussion 6 using tech. When required, I'll have the discussion up, but there's no blog. There is no technology you need to submit. And I should be able to get everything caught up technology-wise before the end of this week, all the way through Edpuzzle. Right now, I'm getting into the Nearpods, but I will make sure I'm giving myself the nod that I will make sure to get through all your Edpuzzles by that and get up to date. Then, believe it or not, we're going to be starting to creep towards midterm. It's nuts. And we'll get there and we'll start looking at some other tech. And by the way, it's been great. I think I've seen more people lately live than I have in the last year and a half with this online class, which is awesome, because usually when I've taught it live, I've still known everyone, or at least have faces to put to names. The last 2 weeks, I've seen a lot of people, so that's actually been nice. So feel free to stop by, even to just say hi if you are on campus or near my office. But again, I'll put the technology up if you want to check out Schoology, Canvas, Planbook. If you're in Berkeley County, make sure you check out Schoology training. They do have the models, and I am 100% sure Jefferson County will have the same plan. They're usually always with it. And if you're in Washington County, I believe there's still Google Classroom. So good to go, man. So with all that being said, I will stop sharing. Hope you have a great week. Okay, I keep looking at the camera. But anyway, hope you have a good week. It's a Friday. I'm actually recording this. It's beautiful outside. So hopefully you'll get to go out and enjoy some nice fall air. And I will talk to everyone later.